welcome back to the Liverpool Community Podcast. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch, here in our Big Condo Studios. And I am looking at the camera, Phil. You just don't notice that I'm looking at the camera. I'm only pointing this out because we go through this all the time, me and my man Phil, and everything, telling me how I have to stay focused. You know what I mean? And stay focused is what our topic is today, because we're going to actually spend a lot of time talking about neurodiversity with our guest, Francesca Manca from Underwing Liverpool. How you doing, Francesca?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's lovely to be here.
Well, you know, Francesca, we're old friends because, like, Francesca is one of those people that used to come into our studios when we were all the way back at the Vauxhall Neighborhood Center and everything, and we had a program called Empowerment House with Marie Hall, and you were one of the guests on there.
I was.
And everything. So it's really good to follow up with people sometimes to see where they end up going, you know, where they end up moving, and you are moving fast. You're like a rocket.
I am.
Look at that. She's only going to give me one-word answers. You know, sometimes I ask a question that leads to you like espousing about it, but that's all right.
You will regret this, because once I start talking,
and then I won't be able to stop you. You don't understand. I have a paper that's like a mind map. I know how to like jump right in there. But let's first of all, Underwing Liverpool, you know, it's been around. Well, it's coming up to their 5th birthday.
Yes, big birthday this year. I'm very, very, very excited.
I mean, that's just amazing for a business to actually go 5 years, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I am a number geek, and when I do my workshops, I always research numbers. And I've done one last week, and one of the piece of data I found was that in the UK, only 24% of businesses survive over 3 years.
Yeah.
So that's really scary, but also really exciting, because we hit 5.
Well, no,
exactly.
Exactly, because, I mean, especially like here, like where businesses survive on funding, they don't even actually start to look at providing you funding until you're 3 years old.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, you know, it's kind of like you got to become a toddler, I'm afraid,
yes.
Before we even actually think you're even serious about being a business. Because I think isn't it easy for people to start up businesses? And I'm leading to something here. But
starting it is very easy.
But keeping it going, that's exactly what I'm trying to imply.
Starting it is quite easy. You just need an idea, isn't it? And then you go for it. It's about keep going at it, because we all make mistakes, we all fail, we all think something will work and it doesn't, we all think something will go somewhere and it doesn't, or in a certain way and it doesn't. The thing is to learn about what doesn't work and go another way and keep going. And then you'll find a way. You'll find the way that works for you and your business.
Well, you might be saying, "No, man, where's this going, Chief?" And what it is Underwing. That's what your business is business marketing strategy for growth.
Yes,
and like you help business with startup. You do one-to-ones.
Yes,
but also you are working with people that are in the neurodivergent universe.
Yes, I do.
And everything. So you're helping them actually start their own businesses as well.
Yes. So I always say I help people start and grow their businesses in a way that suits them, no matter where they are on the spectrum or whether they're on the spectrum. Because whether you are neurodivergent or not, each person is different, and each person has got a different environment, different experiences, different skills, different everything. And if me and you both open a cafe, we'd need different things to grow. So
we're going to see different things in that cafe, aren't we?
Exactly. We got different taste. We want to sell to different people. So the important thing, and this is my superpower, I help people. I
was waiting for the word superpower.
I know.
Because I love neurodivergent. I love that as a new word. But
this is my superpower.
What is your superpower?
I help people set up and grow their businesses according to what is them. and to what is their business. And this is what I do, yes.
Well, basically, this whole superpower thing, I love it because it's not only redefining where we're used to the negativity around the word autism, but it's redefining the skill set that people are looking for in themselves when they start this. Because I was really serious about when you said that the two of us could look at starting a cafe differently. We might, it's kind of like feng shui, right? You might decide to set different furniture around. Might decide to put different colors on the wall. Might decide to have different things involved and everything. So, how exciting is that for you, dealing with people with that kind of imagination or even ingenuity in supporting them in their business ideas?
I think it's exciting. It's difficult. It is really challenging because I am ADHD myself. So all my life, and I only discovered this very few years ago after my son was diagnosed with autism. And I've had to look back at a lot of things that happened in my life, and I didn't know why or how they were happening, and or why I was behaving in a certain way. And sometimes, though, I get fixed, like everyone, into thinking one way is the way. But again, working with people who are neurodivergent brings me back to the fact that the way we behave and the way we work and our brain works is different for everyone. And I need to find a way that works for them. So I need to help them find a way and find a path so that they can grow their business in a way that doesn't burn them out or ask too much of them, or in a way that we look at where would they need help? Where would they, because again, some people might be brilliant at anything that is software development and other things, and they develop a software which is amazing and it's really needed, but then they don't know how to market, or they can't pick up the phone because of social anxiety, and they can't promote. And if you can't promote, you can have the best product or service in the world, but you're not going to sell. So a business that doesn't make you money, it's an expensive hobby. It's not a business.
No.
And if you need to make a living out of it, you need the skills to sell too. So if you can't do it, we'll find someone who can do it for you, etc., etc. And then on the other side, there could be people who are really good at selling, but not creative, so they can't develop a product or a service. So it's really interesting and really challenging, but also really rewarding.
Yeah. I think one of the main things about it is that, like, when people are, even when they're given a sense of a diagnosis, even though it takes like about 10 years, but they feel that they're different, when they hit 18, how many of them actually think about going into the workplace? So that kind of support, are you around that as well? Because it says here, like, in dealing with entrepreneurs, you also deal with special needs parents who have children with special needs.
Yes.
And stuff like that. So it's kind of like inspiring those young people.
I think it's one of the big things for me, empowering people and showing that it doesn't matter whether you have a diagnosis or not, or whether you find certain things difficult or not. The important thing is that life is full of people who succeed no matter what. And it's just about finding what works for you. And it's really, this is why I am a very fierce advocate around all of this. And I was telling you, I'm also an enterprise advisor assigned to high schools, and I help students in high school find their path. And one of the things I do is I bring in entrepreneurs, and I always make a point of bringing in neurodivergent entrepreneurs so that they can see you can have a successful business even if you've got any neurodiversity.
Yeah. No, definitely. Let's, You said you didn't mind getting a little personal, but I just thought that when we were having our talk beforehand, you presented something in a very honest way, and I thought that a lot of people could, learn from that. Where, before your son was diagnosed, you didn't know what was going on and everything else like that. Your experience of autism was in the extreme version because I
Yeah.
think you had a family member
Yes.
who had an extreme sense of autism and stuff like that. But then, so when your son, started to show signs, and then you put him in for diagnosis, they discovered something new called PDA. Can you
Yes.
please explain this PDA and how did you discover the
PDA
finding?
is short for pathological demand avoidance, and it is a condition of the spectrum based around, not based, but generated around anxiety of control. This means that every time the person feels like they're losing control or they are asked to do something which goes out of their control, they'll have a fight or flight response. So they're either shut down or they'll attack. And sometimes it's physical attack, like actual aggression. And when I mean things outside of their control, it's any demand. So even if I'm asking you a question, if I'm asking you, how did you go in school today? Or what's your name? Or what do you want to eat tonight for dinner? All of these are demands because I am asking you to answer me. So from that, we go up to demands like wake up, brush your teeth, get dressed. And then if you think in this way of thinking, think of what it must be going to school, because it is one demand after the other, from waking up and getting dressed to getting in the car to wearing a uniform. And because it's part of the spectrum, this is often accompanied by sensory difficulties and other things. So it's not just the PDA, it's a wider part.
Isn't it? It is like it's kind of like hard to control it, isn't it? It's like being set on fire in a way, because they get to a level and they can't stop themselves.
Yeah,
Even if they wanted to, they couldn't stop
yeah,
themselves.
exactly.
And everything. So I mean, like if it gets heated,
Yeah,
right? Are we
yeah.
talking about that kind of thing?
Yes, well,
Yeah,
the
because
thing
my
is,
son experienced that a lot.
yeah, exactly. And the thing is, people say a lot that people on the spectrum are antisocial.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. The
no.
reality is that everyone wants to have friends and be part of a group, isn't
Oh,
it?
definitely.
But when it's too difficult, then you just go, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out because it's easier, and I'm going to sit at home and read a book and I'm happy.
But it also is like they can't control it. It's like my son experiences that. It's the self-mutism.
Yeah.
thing. It's like I say, it's kind of like being in a box, a glass box.
Yeah.
He's looking out, right? But then he wants to engage, but he can't.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have to understand that's the bit about it.
Yeah.
Is that there's that bit they can't
Yeah.
get past. Like the left brain, right brain.
Yeah,
thinking
exactly.
scenario.
And a really interesting thing about PDA is that in this, PDA is different from, let's call it, normal autism,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I don't want to call it
No,
like that.
okay,
But and it's different because PDA people really want to be part of the group, and to do that, they will mask, they will pretend everything is fine, and they will look at who is really successful in their class or at work,
Yeah.
and they will mimic them. This takes an incredible toll, because think if you were to fake being okay every day, all day, so it eats up on your, it's like we all have a buffer, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if this buffer is a donut, and every time I fake, someone eats a piece of my donut, I end the day with no donut at all. Isn't
Or
it?
yeah, exactly. It's the thing about it is like kids are either cruel or they're not cruel. So then what happens is that they know that, oh wait, well that has a problem, and maybe I should just back off. But that kid doesn't want you to back off. Which is why like a person who's autistic, maybe you end up with maybe one friend
Yeah.
from early on throughout life and everything else like that. But they wish they had more than that. And like my son looks back on his school years as like, man, I am kind of upset that I didn't engage more.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his.
Then.
It wasn't within his control, and everybody let him step on the sidelines.
And if you think about it, it's easy though, because human beings are programmed to always go towards the path of least resistance, isn't it? And if to engage with you, I have to learn a lot of things and rewire the way I behave, and I'm going to just go with the people that are easy, isn't it?
Exactly.
I'm just going to go to that group of people who don't ask me to change the way I walk, the way I talk, the way I behave. It is how humanity is. And this is why it's really important that everyone campaigns and talks about it.
Which is what you had done. You're kind of like the Norma Ray of neurodiversity. You can add that to your website.
I will.
But no, because you decided to write a blog about your son.
I did, yes.
And where there was nobody writing about this kind of situation.
Yeah, when we
in a way.
Yeah, well, when we discovered about PDA, I started studying, and as you were rightly saying, we didn't know much about autism, so we started really studying and researching and things like that. And I discovered there was no publications in Italian, and because my family is all in Italy, I just thought they'll have to learn, and I'll have to translate all of this. So instead of just translating it and putting it on a Word document, I started a blog, and then overnight, so many people reached out to say they had read what I was writing, and this was like their son or their daughter, and what did they have to do. And so I started a Facebook group, like a little community. It's a closed group. It's not an open page, because it's where parents really
it was getting too much.
they talk about them and their children and their fears and things like that. So it's a closed group. But it is a really nice community. And this was about 7 years ago or 8 years ago. And now, to this day, I'm still one of the very, very few who talk about PDA in Italy. But it's growing, and the knowledge is getting better, and children are getting...
Didn't you say that you created a website?
Yeah.
You want to give us the name of that?
It's called autismopdiitalia.com.
Okay, well, hey, listen, everybody needs a little like sponsorship and stuff. But I mean, it just keeps going from strength to strength, because so many people have this situation which they rarely find ways of communicating with each other, which is kind of like what your group helps to do as well, doesn't it? With Underwing and everything, where parents are able to share with other parents, aren't they?
Yes. Well, through Underwing, many of my clients are either neurodivergent individuals or parents of neurodivergent children who have created a business around a product or service they needed for their children and couldn't find. So it's about talking about also this, and the fact that there is so much need of people who want to do this, who want to say this product, these services, they don't exist, I'm going to make them.
Yeah, you gave me an example of the parent who created sensory clothing for her child.
Yes. One of my clients does school uniforms, and then she created a branch of her business to produce the first branded line of school uniforms for children with sensory needs. So and this is one of the things I love the most about the concept, is that what she says is school uniform is supposed to make us all the same, but if my son can't wear a branded school uniform and he's wearing sensory clothing, he's not going to look like the others, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's so powerful, because again, we go back to wanting to be part of the group, wanting to be part of the community. And if everyone else is wearing a branded school uniform and I go around in tracksuit bottoms and a t-shirt because it's the only thing I can cope with, where is the inclusion?
Right. Yeah. No. Amazing. So after doing all this stuff, all this work and everything, when we talk back in those times, I don't know, 3 years ago, working out of your house, you decided that you wanted to get out of the house and everything, get into, whether it's hot desking and or coffee shops. But eventually, since last September, what happened?
Oh, what happened was that always because we didn't have enough to do, me and my very good friend, accountant and business partner, Kelly Roskell, decided to open a shared office space and co-working space. It's a community space in Prescot. We are at the very back of the new Shakespeare Theatre, and we are called Clockwork Studios. And it's really exciting that I'm here today because we're opening on the 1st of February.
Exactly, and I mean that's not far from now, so the show probably will be airing before your opening, and everything else like that. And what's exciting is that tell us what you have on offer in this space.
Right, we wanted to create a space to help businesses start and grow. And obviously, it's a normal co-working space, so anyone can walk in, book a hot desk, and work from there. We've got, as a normal co-working space, we've got offices upstairs, we've got dedicated desks, so you can come, pay for a desk, and it's yours forever and ever. But we've also got speakers who are local entrepreneurs who will come and give talks about starting and growing your business. Those are fully funded talks, so they're free for everyone. They're fully funded by the lovely, lovely lot at the BIPC Liverpool City region. And we have got a startup school, which is a free lot of 4 sessions where people are going to learn how to set up a business, how to register it, how to do a cash flow, how to do a business plan, and how to find clients. Again, fully funded sessions. People just have to apply and tell us what their business idea is, etc. And we have got a program for business support. So bigger companies and bigger organizations can fund Clockwork Studio to support a business for 1 full year. And for the 1 full year, the business will have hot desking for a year, access to all the talks, access to the business school, and also 1 hour free with me for strategy, and 1 hour free with Kelly for setting up a business and cash flows and accountancy and things like that, so that we guarantee that these businesses will have the best start possible. And obviously, we want that to be free to them because we all know that the first year in a business is the most difficult time.
Yeah, definitely.
And we want to give these people the knowledge and we want to take away the anxiety of what happens if I can't make enough money in the first 6 months. At least they know they have a place to be, and this is a community of people. Prescot is a lovely, lovely community. We've got so many business owners who dived right in the project, giving discounts to everyone who uses the hot desks, helping we've got the evolving mindset people who are going to do mental health sessions. It's a lovely, lovely place, and we want this to be a safe space for people to feel like they can start and grow their business.
And already, as a start, you already have provided funding for 6 people?
Yes, well, the BIPC has funded the first 10 talks, so those are going to be free for anyone who comes. And we do have the presence of the Knowsley Chamber in, who's going to give free advice and free support and free signposting to anyone. They're going to be there once a week. And then, yes, we have the first round of Business Startup School is free, and it's already in. So we've already got 6 people signed up.
And isn't one of them our good friend, Joe Galbraith from Autism in Motion?
Yes.
We like to give Joe a little shout out.
Oh, we love Joe.
We love Joe, exactly. And everything. So it sounds very exciting.
It is very exciting. We are very excited. Although our hands are constantly black because we are decorating ourselves. We are very
And
big.
you're frozen too.
And we are frozen, yes. We are really, really big also on sustainability. So we've tried to do all the work around. It was an old bank, the place. So we tried to do all the work ourselves as much as we could, obviously. We didn't touch any of the electrics. I promise it's safe to come in. But yeah, everything we could, we did ourselves. And we're really, really excited about opening this new space. And we hope people are going to feel welcome when they come in. And by the way, you are welcome to come anytime.
You know what? I often say on this show, I never get invited to anything. But then, I mean, once, maybe twice. You know, but thank you very much. You know, let's as we're coming to the end, I mean, you're just big on supporting people. When you were saying about your 5-year birthday coming up in February, these both are starting. So they're two different things. Their 5-year
Yes.
birthday for Underwing and their new inaugural Clockwork
Day
Studios
one
opening.
for Clockwork Studios, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So two things the same month. But you're offering like some type of tea party?
I am, yes, because Underwing is turning 5. At the end of February, I'm going to do a virtual tea party competition. So people can apply by telling me they want a pack, and they're going to get branded tea bags, branded biscuits, and a bunting. They have to put up their own tea party and send me, put on social media, tagging me the photos or the videos of their own tea party. And then I'm going to draw at random a winner who's going to win a free afternoon tea for 2 wherever they live in an afternoon tea location of their choice.
Nice. You know, I'll be the rabbit and everything.
You're the Mad Hatter, mate, not the rabbit.
All right. I knew it was one of those things. Woohoo, tic-tac, I'm late. But also, too, is at present, you know, as we're recording this show, you're involved in another giveaway.
Yes.
You're just giving away a lot of things, aren't you, Francesca?
I am. I like giving away things.
But this is for leading ladies in business, so you want to
It
talk
is,
about
yes. Well, it's drawn tonight, so by the time we go live with this, it's going to be drawn.
It's too late.
It's
But
too late.
still, we're just announcing it, you know,
Yes,
hey.
absolutely. So I ran a workshop last week for the lovely Leading Ladies in Business platform. And amongst all of those who talked about the workshop online, tonight I'm going to draw a winner who wins a diary, a notebook, some stickers, because stickers are life.
Stickers are life.
Yes, some of my branded merchandise. So they win a reusable straw, a roller, lavender calming roller, and a fidget spinner pen with torch incorporated, and 1 hour of strategy with me to grow their business. So this is drawing tonight. But yes, I like a competition.
I mean, you must have a lot of people on your books that you been doing all of this for. I mean, how many people do you think Underwing has supported, in their 5 years?
I don't think I know.
Oh!
I was counting them up the other day because the 5th birthday is coming up. To date, in the last 5 years, I have helped 127 people start or grow their business. Yay!
I do a silent clap because it might be too loud for the mic. But well done there, Francesca. I mean, it's just amazing. You've done so much in a short or long period of time, unselfishly as well, which is very nice to hear. I mean, this is what the Liverpool Community Podcast is about. It's about letting the audience know who's out there and what people are doing. And it's personal to you, and personal to them. But then the point about it is, it's just fascinating to hear about what is out there and what's on offer, especially with these courses that, well, not courses, but the talks and stuff that you're providing and the opportunities for people. And it's not just Prescot, even though, Prescot is a growing
It is, yes.
Dilapidated area, trying not to be dilapidated.
I know. We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
It's happening. It's happening. It's got a theater.
Yes.
And everything like that. But it also has Clockwork Studios.
It has.
So if people wanted to find you, how can they find you?
Right, they can find Underwing on Instagram, on Facebook, at Underwing LPL, which is short for Underwing Liverpool. My website is www.underwingliverpool.com. They can find Clockwork Studios on Facebook. It's Clockwork Studios CIC. On Instagram is clockstudio_PRE, short for Prescot. And our website is www.clockwork-studio.co.uk. They can follow me on LinkedIn. I am Francesca G.E. Manca. And then when they follow me, they can ask me anything they want and I'll direct them to all websites, all social media, etc., etc.
You know, Francesca used to do a podcast in the pandemic called, what was it? Scousers with Passion?
2 of them, yes. One was Female Founders Through the Pandemic, and the other one was Scousers with a Passion.
Well, basically, the reason why I brought up that one there, Francesca,
Yes.
is because you're definitely a honorary Scouser with passion. That's what I was trying to do. I hate it when people interrupt when I'm trying.
I told you you would regret it.
I'm just saying. I had a plan. Either way, I want to thank you very much for joining us here in our nice, warm studio, coming from your nice Eskimo icy studio. We do remember the Eskimo days ourselves, don't we, Phil? Yeah, exactly. So, once again, I'd like to thank Francesca Manca from Underwing LPL, as well as Clockwork Studios and everything. I'm your host, Chase Johnson Lynch. And, for now, we're out of here.
Bye.